What up?
All right. Is my audio good enough for you?
Yeah, sounds fine to me.
Okay, because I'm on speaker.
Oh, great,
So if you
wonderful.
hear a dog squeaking a toy, sorry.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. This is real life.
Oh no, this is a podcast. It's not real life.
I mean, real life happened in this moment. How was your day?
You know what? I Yesterday I thought I had like 4 hours of meetings today. Todd Stepp canceled on me because he's up in New York for the Knicks celebration.
Oh, wow.
I feel very non-valuable. Two of them canceled because Cam is sick, and then one of them canceled because he has others. He decided not to do any to take the job.
Interesting.
Yeah,
For anyone listening who doesn't know you, what's your name?
my name is Steve Ford.
Great, that's
Stephen
perfect.
Ford. That's
That's all
what
we
my
need.
mom called me.
Uh, yeah, okay. I mean, canceled plans are the best plans.
I love him. Yes, I've been trying to build something with Chat GPT, a basically a board that pulls in all of the information from all these different places. So I got some time to play around this afternoon.
When is ChatGPT going to make you money? Because it's just started making me money with like the website thing I just made with it. That's all I care about with AI. Like, it's killing us all quickly, but can it make me money before I die? That would be great.
Well, here's the thing: didn't the Luddites in what was that 1700s think that we're all going to hell in a handbasket because
And
uh,
aren't we?
loom, looms came along, and then when phones came along, that put telegraphs out of business. Look, technology's been changing society every step along the way. And so I like to say, like, before the internet speeds increased, we used to send all of our masters to like the mastering facility, or the mixes coming from a mix house would come via crosstown courier. You'd make a CD, give it to the courier, who would then bring it over to the record label so that the A&R guy could listen to it. That was put out of business because technology changed. Internet speeds got faster, and you could upload stuff onto box art onto Dropbox. It's happened all along the way. I don't believe we'll all of a sudden we'll have 25% unemployment.
You never know. We'll
You
see.
never know. Yeah, I just believe that it's a tool,
Yeah.
especially for creatives. It will never put a creative out of business, because remember, the two things it can't be: authentic and original.
Mm. Well, on that note, I mean, gosh, we could talk about AI forever.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I'm just getting into it, man.
but the reason why I wanted to have you on is to talk about faith and our journey back into church.
Yeah.
And uh, one of my recurring guests, Adam, we talked about this journey for him maybe like 2 months ago, and I was supposed to talk about my side of it last week, but he just had a baby, and much more importantly, we were talking about life as an actual dad.
Mm.
So this will kind of serve as a precursor into what will probably be my next conversation with Adam. But because you and I intersect in this part of in my face story, I figured, oh, why don't I have you on and we can just
Yeah.
talk about how we got here together.
Yeah.
The current state is we're both going to a church in Tennessee, in Brentwood, called Journey, a church that you had been following for a long, long time, and I had heard of every now and again, but hadn't really paid any proper attention to. And we just started going maybe about 10 weeks ago. What was it? The Sunday after Easter,
Sunday after
and
Easter. Yeah.
just have been enjoying it. What's been your experience so far?
Uh, you know what? I The pandemic taught me to watch church online, and that's what I did for a long time. And sometimes it'd be Tuesday, I'd watch it. Sometimes it'd be Wednesday, whatever. But going and being there, especially with you and Pete, the other person we're going with, it fills my heart in a way I didn't expect.
Mm.
Because yeah, I'm not going to say the music's terrible, but it's terrible. Um, but man,
Oh my.
yeah, please cut that out, will you?
Nope, too
Uh,
late.
Dang it. Um, but you go, that's not what it's about.
Yeah, totally.
It's about heart. It's about, I walk away from every week now thinking about something that was said.
Yes.
I'm still thinking about understanding the truth, but not understanding the way.
Hmm.
Where I'm like, oh my gosh, that is such a clarifying part of what my faith journey has been over the last few years. That I believe so many people know the truth, but so few know the way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it does seem like every week I feel the same way. Like I'm taking something away, and sometimes I have the opportunity to share what I learned or like what's spoke to me with other people. And like as I'm talking about it, I realize like, oh, I really know what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like this must have really stuck with me.
yeah, exactly. My personality type is to sit there and think about it and overthink about it for a while. So,
Mm,
so I have a tendency to do that. But, just seeing some of the people there, we have some mutual friends there, just the community I wasn't expecting because I get a lot of community during the week,
sure. Yeah, same.
and I go, where two or three are gathered, I think church could be there too. So, but man, seeing Seth, give the blessing every week, and Mike, who I think is funny, and I love sometimes that he says, "I don't know."
Yeah.
That is not what I was raised up. A pastor that does that, I was not raised up with.
Hmm.
I was raised on a hyper evangelical church in California, and this seems to be like the inverse of that.
Yeah, tell me more about that. Like the beginnings of church for you, and like were you forced to go, or did you find it your own way, and then like later realize like, oh, this isn't great for me.
Well, I was dragged there as a
Yeah.
kid. As the normal 10-year-old going, I don't want to go, but my parents were like, "You're going," and
Hmm.
you go to the church they go to, and like a lot of kids in church, right around 12, you start discovering youth group, and I stayed in the youth group for until I was 18, graduated from high school, went right into school and college and work, and sort of like it was there, church was there, but it wasn't on the front burner like it is
Hmm.
now. Our faith was there, but not on the front burner.
Yeah. So like
Yeah,
after youth group stuff, um, where did it go from there?
to a little more passive
Hmm.
in my spirituality. I went through a little bit of uh, struggle in my life, and went through some bad decisions, and I lovingly think of lovingly think of I think the church didn't respond right on some of it.
Sure.
um, and so it was like, and then when my divorce happened with my wife, that's when I think I was like, okay, I don't know where I land here,
Hmm.
and it just went out to sea. And then, like I said, during the pandemic, and I struggle with the American church because I do believe that we've sort of lost our true north as the American church. And so I really, really struggled with that, and struggled with, this Christian nationalism. I
Yeah.
struggle a lot with that, because I don't, Christ never cared about politics. He cared about people. And as I got deeper into that belief and that feeling of like my my therapist helped me along that way too of seeing God not as this judgmental hammer, but
Mm,
seeing God as a father. She kept pounding into me, you are God's child. How does God respond to you? And I'm like, oh. And so I think that was a huge change in my heart of what I embraced with faith.
yeah.
Because, for so long, it was performative Christianity. You got to do this to be accepted. And you gotta wake up at 5 a.m. and have your quiet time and pray for an hour and do this and do that and go to laundromats to witness to people. All of that other stuff that they judged you by. You're judged your Christianity by that. You know, I think my old church in California was very much a church of, you know, work out your faith. And I was like, mm. And as I've gotten older, I go, no, I think God goes, just come to the driveway and I'll run
Mm,
down to meet you.
oof.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the God I believe in.
Yeah.
I believe in the God when Jesus calls him Father. That's who I want to embrace. I want to embrace the God who said about his son when he was being baptized, "This is my son of who I love, and
Mm,
I'm well pleased."
yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, Jesus didn't have to do anything for that.
Yeah.
He just went underwater. He didn't even start his ministry at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's the God I go. I don't have to perform to be loved.
That's good, man.
So
I'm think
that's
yeah.
sort of part of my journey. There's a whole lot more of like conditional love and all of that other stuff too.
Hmm. I'm thinking about when we first had the idea to go in person, because I was going to an Episcopal church downtown, and you had been engaging with Journey, but just online. It was sometime last year where we were just having a lunch and talking about faith stuff, and I think it was me who offered of like, well, shoot,
Yeah,
let's pick one of these, either mine or yours, and we'll just go together.
yeah.
And we were like, yeah, let's do it. And then we didn't do it.
We didn't do it. We didn't do it.
But at sometime this year, I was like, you know what? If you still want to do it, let's do it. And then we
Hmm.
did, and it paid off. And like,
Yeah.
I'm glad we're still going. I'm glad. Um, I don't know what came over me. I'm glad I had the courage to say, I'll go with you. I think
Which,
that, yeah, that's something for me that I feel like is Christ-like. Like, if someone wants to do something, like, but I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for you. If they're scared to do it by themselves, like if they have a friend to help just like give them confidence, I could be that. I feel like God is that for me in many areas. I could
yeah.
be Christ like by being a friend in that way.
Oh man, so much. Yeah, we were sitting at a table and it goes because we were talking about how both of us hate going to church alone. And because it's church, I do believe is sort of built for married people
Preach.
mostly. You know, and so it's like I was going to a big mega church before the pandemic, and you go in, sit in the third row from the back, not talk to anybody, and leave.
Yeah.
And then during the pandemic, I went, look, I can save 40 minutes a day or on Sundays of driving. I could just watch it at home, and it just continued after the pandemic because there's just something about going to church alone that's to me in my heart multiplies my alone part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. Uh
So yeah,
yeah, it's hard. And like for me, um something that I'm very intrigued by when I'm looking at a church. Like, what's their staff look like? Are they diverse? Do they have women? Do they have people of color? Because I am a person of color. I want to
yeah,
see me represented in the people who are leading. uh, this group. Um, there definitely wasn't that at St. Anne's. I mean, no problem if there's it's a super small church, maybe like 100, or something. I haven't intently looked, but like I know they have women in leadership positions at Journey, and I appreciate
Yep.
that. I'm not sure about people of color, but I could double check. Um,
Well, Mike is almost transparent, so is that so
multicolor.
he's like, yeah, right. He's really white.
Yeah,
No, I've been paying attention because I was wondering how you felt about that. Of like, what I like to see, at least within the congregation, there, it's a very much a mixture of white, brown, and black.
totally.
Obviously more white, but it's good to see everybody in the audience that way. Um, I I loved it that I saw a woman preaching,
Yeah,
teaching.
same. Our first week,
Yeah,
yeah, I was like, let's freaking
yeah,
go. And she wasn't
yeah,
afraid to talk about current events. Like she's Iranian. I was like, I don't know what to think about
yeah.
what we're doing over there. And I'm like, good for you. Oof.
Good for her. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, those all of those things with little side. I said the same thing. I think we both said it that week. Of like, I love that she didn't hide from the war.
Yeah.
You know, and she didn't know how to respond, just like most of us don't know how to respond.
Mm,
But you go, I'm glad she talked. She said that.
yeah. Same.
You know, yeah. There's and like I said, every week I walk away going, huh, I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love the question and answers at the end,
Uh-huh.
of like, especially that's when Mike goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so, but how about you? How do you feel about going to that church and going to um, a place that you're not really represented on the stage?
Hmm.
I mean, there is a drummer that's African American, but that's it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Mm. I think for the most part, I'm generally used to being in mostly white dominated spaces. And have been since like my family moved to Alabama when I was
Mm,
like 12. So past 18 years. Um, it's become normal. It's always nice to see when uh someone of any other color or any minority um has a position of power. Um, so I'm definitely used to it. It's not strange, but my eyes are still peeled of like, okay, where my brothers at? Where my sisters
yeah.
at? um,
Because
that's
I
it.
know
Like
there
I
would be
feel
a
okay.
level of discomfort if it was on the opposite way.
Sure.
If I was walking into an African American church, there would be a level of discomfort. They'd all be looking at me like, "What are you doing here?"
That's so funny. I hear stories of white people going to black churches and them saying they were so like open and welcoming.
Mm, that's
Which
fantastic.
yes, it's a wonderful. Um, but usually hear the opposite, especially of like maybe like Southern Baptist, down home, small town churches where a black person
Mm,
goes in there, where they do feel like they're checking their six a little bit.
right.
Um, so I hate that. I'm not checking my six, that's for sure. But I am just looking around, it's like, okay, how many more of me are there here?
Yeah.
I feel fine. I feel the way I always do, I guess.
Well, we've got to balance the audience out a little bit.
Yeah.
Audience, you like that? I'm in the music industry. It's an audience.
Yeah.
What's that? You're so Nashville if you call your church congregation an audience?
Yeah. Jeez. Is there anything that you're hopeful for, either to uh, see or experience or engage with as we continue in our uh, journey of explanation with this church and just church stuff in general?
I've been thinking about that because there's somebody I was talking to that was like, "Yeah, I need to find a new church," and I'm like,
Mm,
maybe what your and my thing is to go. let's get a bunch of single people who feel uncomfortable going to church alone.
Yeah.
We can all sit together and be together and
Hmm.
build that community. Because there's three of us right now. We're a motley crew, but we're still a crew.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when she brought it up, she and her boyfriend just broke up and et cetera, et cetera. And she goes, "Yeah, I need to find a church to go to." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, I've got one for you."
Yeah. I did appreciate Mike said from stage on Sunday something to the effect of like church is geared toward married people, and like he kind of apologized for that. I was like, bro, you're so right, and I appreciate you
Yeah,
saying something. Funny enough, I've never felt that uncomfortableness because like when I was in church, I was a kid, and then I was out of church pretty much the whole time I was married. So now finally going back to church as a single person who is 30, um, goodness, I haven't felt that from Journey, but I hear that from people all the time saying like, oh, they're just trying to get us with someone else in the singles
yeah.
group or just like in the congregation. It's like, goodness, not that we're gonna solve this, but like, what is it about churches and just not being okay with singleness?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Or at least seeming like general bigger churches, things that are more of a machine, for lack of a better word. Um, it does seem like they're geared toward having people be married. I don't know. It's strange.
To me, the worst thing is like, oh, the singles group. That the minute you get married, you actually become part of the bigger church, quote unquote.
Mm,
Oh, you could be a part of this Bible study. You could be a part of this, and you're like, no, I should be a part of the body of Christ if I have a ring on my finger or not.
sure. I
You
think
know?
in general, just the idea of like this is how an adult life should go. Like
Oh yeah,
you're married
yeah.
at whatever age, you have kids at whatever age, you have your two and a half kids and the white picket fence. It's like all that is made up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you think about it. Paul was single.
That he was.
You know, yeah, but not everybody has to be married to. The other thing I love about this church is it's committed to feeding the homeless
Yeah.
and going and the thing I loved, it was a couple weeks ago, was talking about a group of women go and take food to the women of strip joints,
Yes, meeting people where they are
meeting
with no
people where they
judgment,
are.
hopefully.
Yes,
Yeah.
where I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. Once
Hmm.
again, the performative church that I would go to, they would be like, no, these people are going to hell, we can't associate with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, no, these are the people God would be, or Jesus would be hanging out with.
Hmm.
What is it? I want to hang out with people Jesus would hang out with.
Yeah.
I think there's a song in there, dude.
Oh, somebody's got to write it. It ain't me.
Yeah, I feel it's a country song. Talk about being at a
Mm.
bar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's good. Yep.
So
Well, dude, that was really it. I just wanted to talk about how we're feeling at the moment.
yeah, check in 10 more weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
So far, I'm liking.
Yeah, same. And I'm
Yeah.
glad we're going. I'm glad we finally decided to actually do it.
We'll
Glad Pete's
we'll
going
see
with
during
us.
football season though.
Well, we're gonna have to go to 9 o'clock. We're
We'll
gonna
have to go
have
9 o'clock.
to.
Kipley, sorry, don't care.
Yeah, I mean that's non-negotiable.
I know. I was sitting there thinking, going, you know, I guess I could tape it or
Oh no, come on,
no, no,
absolutely not.
no. So, but
All right, dude. Yeah,
all right, dude.
thanks for sitting down with me.
Love you. Talk to you later.
See you, man.